All right, so on Thursday Night Football a couple of days ago, Steve Smith went on live television and said this about Jerry Jeudy.
I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you, I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch.
Now, maybe I'm just a piece of crap, but I don't see anything wrong with Steve Smith said. Let's be for real for a second. What has Jerry Jeudy done since he's gotten the league? What has he done? What has he done? He was one of the top receivers drafted in 2020 in a draft class with, let's keep it all, the receivers that have outperformed Jerry Jeudy in so many ways to this point. Obviously, you have Justin Jefferson. You have CeeDee Lamb. You have T. Higgins. You have Brandon Ayuk. You have Michael Pittman. You even have Darnell Mooney, who's outplayed him. There's 6 receivers who are just named that have outplayed Jerry Jeudy massively to this point. Even guys like, Gabriel Davis has even outplayed him to some extent. Yeah, you get the point. A lot of these, even KJ Osborne to some extent has also outplayed Jerry Jeudy. Here's the thing, a lot of people keep saying, but he had bad quarterbacks. That's not really a good excuse. Terry McLaurin to this point has played with 10 different QBs, and he is still putting up major stats. He is still one of the best receivers in the league, in my opinion. DJ Moore has played with multiple different QBs at this point that have not been good. He's also still putting up numbers. And you can't blame receivers for a lot of this because Jerry Jeudy coming into the league and coming into the NFL was known for having inconsistent hands. And a lot of that showed within the league. So this is not something you can blame on the QB. A lot of these, for the most part, is simply Jerry Jeudy not being a player that he was hyped out to be coming into the draft. And when you look at receiving stats, Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims, they're playing fine. Jerry Jeudy is the huge outlier here. And if you want to name a guy who was playing good with good quarterback play, look at Zach Wilson. Garrett Wilson was playing fine with him. Some receivers simply don't have it in Garrett Wilson. Not Garrett Wilson. Jerry Jeudy is simply maybe that guy who simply doesn't have it. He's a great route runner, but he's just simply not good at anything else when it comes to football, unfortunately. It's sad but true, but some hype players just simply are not that good when it comes to the NFL. Maybe I'm being a bit unfair on him, but unfortunately it's true. Jerry Jeudy has been nothing more than an average wide receiver. Pretty much he's came into the league. He had a good half of the league last year, but when you look at Jerry Jeudy's stats outside of that, when you look at him in other seasons, let's keep it a buck, y'all. He's missed a few games, but that doesn't really take away the fact that he's still been nothing more than just a bit above average. Not that good. A guy who probably is going to be like a wide receiver 2. Maybe a wide receiver even 3 on some of these other NFL teams. There's only a couple teams in the NFL right now who I think he'd go in there and be a wide receiver 1 on. That being the Patriots. Maybe the Chiefs. The Giants. There's not a lot of teams that Jerry Jeudy is going to be a wide receiver 1 on. Let's be honest. Now I'm going to get back to the earlier point. Steve Smith being a guy who is on live TV, being an analyst. Should he have said the things he said on live TV? Absolutely not. Was he wrong about the things he said? Yeah. Should he have handled it in, another matter? Yeah. Should he have said this to Jerry Jeudy himself, maybe personally, outside of TV? Yes. But was he wrong? At the end of the day, he's right. Jerry Jeudy is an NFL player who's going to get criticism almost every single day of the week. And most NFL players have to take it on the chin and simply not worry about it. Ignore it. Unless you're Kevin Durant, who's going to talk regardless of how you are in the NBA. He's one of the top players, but if somebody criticizes him, he's going to talk about it. But obviously, Jerry Jeudy's not KD, so he doesn't exactly have that, I would say, what's the word here? He doesn't exactly have that, choice, I would say, maybe. That's how I was going to say it. There's 2 sides to the coin here, but unfortunately, I'm leaning towards Steve Smith, unfortunately, being the right one here in this party. Take it on the chin and just improve from it, Jeudy.